Barry, I have a reoccurring question that I ask everyone, but where do you see the future of jiu-jitsu heading?
It's an interesting one. I don't have any predictive powers, and I mean that even in the logical sense of the word, because I didn't see where we are now, even from 6 or 7 years ago. And I remember even thinking, probably maybe around 2017, I said, I think this is probably, we've hit about a peak here. This is incredible, the amount of people I have on the mats. And probably we've doubled, everywhere has doubled in size since then. So my powers of prediction are zero. They are really, really low. That being said, what would I like to see? The growth, the future growth? I would like to see more academies investing in their youth. I would like to see more academies investing in children's programs. I know they can be a challenge to run, but I think every sport should be pyramid shaped, with younger children down the bottom running towards the elite peak at the top. Maybe we're a little bit rectangular shaped at the moment. Children's events are growing. Like, we had the largest ever kids event as in the Irish Open there, and it wasn't even a solo kids event. So that was the largest kids event ever run in Ireland as part of the Irish Open. So we can see it's growing, but I think there's huge potential for further growth, massive potential. So for me, if anybody wants to reach out to me and tell me, because we've a huge kids program here, we've 170 kids here in 4 age categories, actually in 5 age categories now. So for us, that's what we want for everybody. I would say I'll share my knowledge with anybody in terms of what you want to do with your kids, because the more the better, the more the merrier, and the more we can grow that, the better. So that's what I would like to see. The other thing I would really like to see is that we have an avenue for black belts here to compete more regularly and more often. And I know that from speaking to black belts, and there's an experience I have myself, and even my own black belts here on the mat, there's a kind of a sense of like, well, if I go for it, there's not going to be a competitor. And if I go as well, everybody's going to be looking at me. There is that too, and I've heard that feedback from a lot of people. What I would say is that jiu-jitsu has changed so much. When there was a black belt match previously, everybody's eyes were on you. It was almost like a super fight when you went to a tournament. And when you were competing at a high level, coaches and everything like that. Now it's just another match. It's literally just another match, and everybody's eyes are on the adult purple belt division or the adult brown division in terms of like, oh my God, that's the excitement. That's where it's at. And I think for black belts, sometimes it can feel like there's an additional pressure on there. So I'd love to see black belt growth. That's where I'd really love to see it in terms of domestic tournaments. I think we maybe broke the glass ceiling a little bit at the Irish Open. We had so many black belts on the mat, from masters on all the way up. I'd love to see more adult black belts on the mat. I'd love to see that as well. But those are the two areas I'd really like to see. In terms of predictions, man, I don't know.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. It really is. Great minds think alike. It really is. And I think there's potential there. I've mentioned the 10,000 people at the Las Vegas Masters before. We should have regularly have 1,000 people at our tournaments, even the smaller ones. That should be the way it is. It should be kind of a matter of course. And if we can do that, if we can keep getting people out, and we're going to really try our hardest to get people out 5 times a year. IBJJFs, at the Ireland BJJ tournaments, we're going to try and get you out there by giving you the very best tournaments, the very best competitive opportunities possible. Well, I think, the sky's the limit.